Do you think there's any way it's completed early there, I-65 going downtown from the Watterson all the way almost to the bridge?
There's not a chance in this lifetime that it'll be done early.
Is there a chance it is done? Okay, so let's put it down in percentages. What percentage do you give it it'll be done early?
0.
All right, what percentage do you think it'll be done and the road will be open August 1st as projected?
0.
Wow, really?
There's a chance that road might not be open until like September. Like I know
another month.
I know how road construction goes in this city.
Yes,
it seems like they decide to shut down every single street, every single road, every single highway
at one time,
at the same time in the summertime.
Exactly,
and they don't wonder like, oh, maybe this slows us down a bit. Maybe this backs everybody up. It's gonna go as long as they want it to go, and I'm glad that I don't have to take I-65 on a regular anymore.
So you and me both. So you think 100% it's going to be late, and your guess is going to be, your prediction is going to be, it's not going to be complete until February. How do you like that?
February?
Yes, that's a new month I just came up with. It's the 13th month. September 1st.
Yes, that's my guess.
Really?
And that's me being hopeful.
See, the only thing, they're not adding lanes either, are they?
I don't even know what they're doing. I don't.
Well, evidently the bridges that, it's all above ground, so they're all bridges, and they're in poor condition. So they have to replace them. It would be nice if they just said, screw it, we're going to keep it closed this long. Let's add 1 or 2 more lanes. That's what they should do. Because it's not enough lanes to drive through as busy as I-65 is.
I agree. I think that we're getting to the point where it seems like, I think the issue with Louisville, and whether you're the metropolitan area or downtown, is that everybody just takes the same 2 roads all together. So it's not like the traffic can be dispersed anywhere. You just have to constantly add more lanes as people get more cars, and we just don't do that.
No, we don't. And it's I'm still frustrated. I think they're expanding it, but I-71 that takes you into downtown Louisville has always been just 2 lanes. And yet it's backed up. People drive River Road. That backs that up. It's like, what the heck, man? Are we going to grow this city, or are we just going to sit here stagnant? Is that what we're looking for?
I honestly don't have a lot to say on this, because it's just going to be a hassle the entire time this is going on. I'm hoping that we get some positivity out of it. Like, the thing that worries me is how bad has it gotten to the point where, like, we literally have to shut it down a whole month, to where it's almost forced upon us. Like, well, are we talking like this is like, what was the old San Francisco Giants stadium that had to get shut down? And they Candlestick. Is this Candlestick Park levels of bad, where like the government's gonna have to step in and be like, this thing could collapse at any moment? Or is this something we've just been putting off for a couple of years, and we're like, all right, I guess we'll do it.
I don't know, but I don't know. Would you have rather have had it? Well, I don't think they could do it, though, where they could have it to where you got a couple lanes. I mean, how do you replace all these bridges? Again, it's not like it's on the ground, so you can't expand and make other lanes in the emergency lane or anything like that. You got to take down the entire bridge, which goes from, where does it start being elevated? I guess it does start being elevated right there at the Watterson Expressway all the way downtown. It's not like it's the Watterson where it's on the ground. It's an elevated road.
And I'm led to believe this is going to take 2 months.
Yeah. I don't see it.
We're fixing potholes in 30 days, okay? Like, I don't know how we're going to fix an entire
we're not fixing potholes. We're just patching them, okay? That's not resolving the problem with potholes. Don't get me started on that kind of crap, because, first of all, where I live, we had the whole tunnel, which was a total ridiculous situation they had. You had all the blasting out there. And then now you got the VA hospital, which should have never been built where it's being built. And you got all the Watterson and 71 construction going on there. I can't get away from construction. I'm to a point now, it's like, okay, I'll come back to Louisville when construction is over. Just tell me when. It might be 10 years.
So you're just going to do the show from Florida? For
I'll just go somewhere else. Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. And that way you can join me.
I can do that.
Yeah. Because, you're off to Florida who knows when.
I still don't have a date for that yet. Paulina moves late July.
Can we get her a job now in Louisville so you can just stay here permanently?
Well,
Is there any chance we can find her a job in Louisville?
Well, she's already accepted her job in
she
Florida.
can still cancel it. I mean, isn't there anybody in Louisville? Can we start advertising for Paulina right now to stay in Louisville? Let's find her a job here.
So she actually did get offered a job in Louisville. She turned it down because she'd already accepted her other one.
Oh, who cares?
But
who cares about Florida? Let's just go ahead and cancel that and take the job here. Come on, Paulina, please.
This is something that her and I have wanted to do for a long time now.
Oh, yeah. Like, come on. How long have y'all been dating? 6 months?
No, about almost over a year and a half.
Okay, that's not a long time.
Still?
Yeah.
I mean, it took you like 9 years to ask your...
Let's not start that again, okay? No, we don't need to be doing that kind of stuff. So, anyway, I'm getting all kinds of messages here about Justin. So we're going to get to those in just a couple of minutes. But, all right. It's it feels like day 1,000 of Milan Momcilovic not deciding what he's going to be doing, even though it's been, 4 days? When did it? I know it closed down the 27th. Was that last Thursday?
Yes.
Okay, so it's been Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So day 4 of Momcilovic. I agree with you because I know what you're thinking. Because you've kind of given me indications already about Milan Momcilovic. The longer this goes on, the worse it is for Mark Pope and Kentucky. The longer that this decision is prolonged is a bit of a problem for Kentucky, isn't it?
I think so.
I think this is more about, can U of L get close or match what UK is offering? What do you think? What do you think the holdup is? Because Momcilovic has said several times, if he comes back to college basketball, he wants to go to a team where he potentially has the best chance to win the national championship. The way the roster has gone with Kentucky, it's a pretty good team. Is it a championship caliber team? I have to be honest and say, I don't think so. And especially without Momcilovic, it's not. So if Momcilovic is added to it, now, UK's offering the most money, that's good. And he's going to get probably the most play time than any other team that is considering him right now. If he goes to U of L, I doubt he gets the same amount of money. Now, supposedly U of L has upped the ante as far as what they're offering him to come to be a Cardinal. But the problem is, how much time is he going to get there? I think he starts, but put your Pat Kelsey glasses on and look ridiculous and tell me, what would Momcilovic mean to U of L besides take away that, this would be fun to get back at Kentucky and Mark Pope. I know that's where a lot of fans are. This would be fantastic. But is he going to be that big of an addition to U of L basketball with their current roster as we see it?
So I think Momcilovic would be like a huge deal for any team to gain. I mean, he's probably, in my opinion, the best role player in the country. He's the best shooter in the country by far. If we're
let's define that. Best shooter in the country that's available right now, or best shooter in the country?
In the country.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't even think it's arguable. I mean, the dude shoots 48% from behind the three-point line.
Yes.
At a high volume. So I'm looking at I am personally satisfied with Louisville's roster at this point. Like, yes, would grabbing Momcilovic make it even better? Yes, I'd be excited for it. I'm not too worried if they don't get him. But at the same time, if you grab him, if for some reason Louisville's able to come in, up the ante, like you said, sweep in and grab him underneath Arizona, underneath Kentucky's feet, I think it would bring Louisville from a top 15 roster to like a top 7 in the country. You finally get a shooter. You finally get a pretty good scorer that Pat Kelsey doesn't have for this team. So that's where I'm looking at it. But at the same time, like I said, I'm also satisfied with what we have. So I'm not like losing sleep at night, getting stressed out about where this recruitment is going at the moment.
Yes, yeah, I wouldn't be stressed out about it either. Other than, hey, it's a nice get. This is a great way to get back at to get at Kentucky and get under their skin. Listen, I think this is. There's been a number of people out there that have said this is a defining moment for Mark Pope. If Momcilovic doesn't come, days are counting. That's what I predict. And that's not me, Michael Bennett, picking on Mark Pope. That's not at all. You've heard me say I want Mark Pope to be at Kentucky for a long time because I want him to succeed. I do. I like Mark Pope. But if he doesn't get this recruit, days are starting to get numbered down. That seating is getting not warmer, it's getting hot.
Do you think that getting Momcilovic eases the fan base a little bit, even with how bad this transfer portal has gone from the start?
Temporarily. I mean, I think
enough that you feel like enough to say it's significant, I guess.
No. I'm not there. It's going to be significant according to how the season goes. So I'll feel a little bit of relief, but I'm not really relieved. I know, sorry, John, I'm going to pick on you for a minute. I'm not the most optimistic guy about this team right now. I have to see the proof on the floor. That's what I need to see. And then I'll feel better. Then I'll feel optimistic about it.
Yeah, I mean, that's understandable. I think that it's a really tough position for Kentucky fans and Mark Pope right now where you almost, I mean, you go out there and win, right? You have to win no matter what.
Right.
But at the same time, at Kentucky, winning just isn't enough. You have to win at a certain level. And Mark Pope just has shown that, he can beat some of the better teams in college basketball.
Very much so.
But he can't beat some of the worst teams in college basketball for some reason. And it seems like
we're all over the place.
Yeah, there's not enough consistency to sit here and say that.
Exactly.
It's not like it'd be different if he was not winning at a very high rate, but he was getting it done in the recruiting process and the transfer portal. So like that, like the Cal problem, where Cal was losing these games, but he was always he was reloading. He's kind of not doing either at an exceptional level. It's just a very average situation right now at Kentucky, and I think that's where it's unacceptable.
And I think that's where it's at best. It's at best average. First year was a lot of fun. I mean, we didn't expect much that first year because he came to class really late, and guess what? He got in there, studied, got the players in there, and boom, they were doing winning games and succeeding. Second year, you get this unbelievable roster, unbelievable amount of money spent ever on a basketball team, and it was an absolute bust. Now, I think there's going to be a lot more pressure on Pat Kelsey, though. He's spending, they say, upwards of $30 million. And if he doesn't succeed, he's going to be in the same boat that Mark Pope is in right now.
I don't believe the $30 million number.
You don't believe it?
Now, if it comes out,
I do.
If it comes out and it really is that much, I'm going to sit here and be like, I mean, I'm not surprised because of the roster they put together. I personally don't believe that in college basketball right now, any team is spending that much money. If you want to say 25, I could see that. $30 million for college basketball. I mean, not many teams in college basketball even make revenue off of their, you know what I mean? Like, they don't even gain a net profit of basketball. So,
look at Utah.
Yeah. And then we're going to sit here and look at an ACC team. I know that Josh Hurd's borrowing a lot of money, and that's the whole U of L situation going on. I know that's going on. So, like I said, if it is at that number, I'm be like, well, makes sense. I'm just not there to believe it's that high currently just yet.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of people trying to save their jobs at University of Louisville, and here we go. I'm not trying to pick on them, but there's a lot of people trying to save their jobs all across the country, and the NIL. I'll do a little celebration to my good friend Justin Kalen. The NIL has really hurt a lot of programs, and it's just going to continue to do that. And it doesn't matter if you get an equity company in there, i.e., Utah. Or not, it's still not going to help you. There's not enough money that's going to help you.
Maybe Michael Bennett can start funding, UK's athletic association.
No, I will not be doing that. Yeah, maybe with a new athletic director, I'll be more than happy to. But but not with the current status at where we're at right now.
When you go to UK basketball games, UK football games, and you go to concession stands. You know how they have the little, they're they turn the pad around, you can tip or whatever?
Yes.
So I was talking with my brother for the other day. I was like, listen, this is a free genius idea. They need that, how they have bobblehead nights at certain baseball games, stuff like that?
Right.
They need to have a specific player's night at every basketball game, every football game. And since all the people that do those jobs are basically volunteers, instead of giving out tips, turn the iPad around and be like, would you like to round up $4? It goes straight to Alex Wilkins. And then, like, we can keep him for another year. Or you're like, hey, you guys want Mom Chilovich? This is the Mom Chilovich night. You could just, all of your tips for the entire night go to that NIL fund.
But what if that guy comes out there and plays horrific? Gets a technical foul,
That's the risk,
and loses the game. I mean, that's a problem. So I don't know. Maybe if they did it to where the player doesn't know it's his night.
I mean, that's the risk I'm just saying, like, this, it gives an opportunity to get the fans involved where you're not sitting there asking for $25,000 from somebody.
Or maybe, let's take it a step further. What if you say, okay, I'll give $2 if he scores 10 points. I'll give $10 if he scores 20 points. I'll give $50 if he scores 40 points. What if you do it something like that and you tier it?
I could see that.
Yeah, to where it's based on performance.
Imagine you only had like $60 in your bank account and you maybe had too many beers at the basketball game, and you're like, Mom Chilovich, please stop scoring. I'm out of money. Please stop.
You could go Will Ferrell because it's free hot dog night.
You don't even have corn dogs, Jamie.
Yeah, exactly.
Corn dogs, Jackie, all these people.
I love that movie. That's one of my favorites. Anyway, oh my goodness, we got to go. We got to take a break. 502-384-1450 if you'd like to call in. Honestly, I know John calls in. We've had a couple other people call in. I would love if we had some people call in saying, talk about some memories with Justin if you want, or text me 502-414-1450 on the Whiskey Thief text line. We'll get to those as soon as we get back. This is Just the Cats. One of the best kept secrets in the entire bourbon industry is Whiskey Thief Distilling Company's small batch single barrel bourbon, located on a working 1450 if you want to give us a call, 502-414-1450. You want to text me on the Whiskey Thief text line, or you can tweet me at Just the Cat Radio. One person said, I'm pissed. I'm glad Matt is on the show, but devastated for Justin, man. That's a nice compliment to you, okay?
Yeah, man.
Take that as a compliment.
I do. I appreciate that, a lot of people like me having me on the show, especially being the Louisville fan on the show. There could be a lot worse things said about me, so I'll take any compliment.
One person said, what happened to Justin? Can you repeat it? Yes. The radio station had given him the choice of doing something, and they wanted him to work for free doing his own show, and he'd go out and get the advertising, and then he'd get paid directly that way, and he just didn't want to do it that way. So anyway, and there's maybe a couple other things, but it's just we're going to keep that amongst the station and Justin, and that's it. But it was disappointing. They gave him an offer, and he just decided to do something else, which good for him. I mean, listen, I'm disappointed. He was disappointed, but Justin's got to do what's best for Justin, and that's I want Justin to be happy. That's what I want. That's my main goal. And if it means he's not going to be here at the station, as long as he's happy, I'm happy. So, but I'm bummed. Josh texted out, I'm very sad, mad about Justin. I feel like being on national between 7 to 8 now is the Wish or TMU version of Sports Talk Radio. I have to say I didn't have plans on listening anymore when I heard the news. The chemistry with Justin and Michael was the best on radio. The only saving grace is Matthew. How you like that? That's a really nice compliment.
Thank you for saying that.
Come on, Matt. Let's be a little positive here. I know it's not 9 o'clock, okay? Flipping the switch at 9 o'clock and you'll be on. But they're saying nice things to you.
Well, I appreciate the nice things you guys are saying. I love being on the show. Like, I was on it for a really long time. And obviously I had to step away to, that's the whole reason, like, Roman and I switched our schedules because, like, I had to be in the afternoons, he had to be in the mornings. And I just couldn't afford it. But now I'm here. I'm here again. I'm excited to be on the show again.
48 Handle CI can no longer support WXVW. Well, I hate to hear that, 48 Handle. I mean, I'm still on it, so don't penalize me. I've enjoyed my listener relationship with you, Michael, and will continue to follow your venture in racing. I want to say on a personal note, I always noted a certain reverence in your voice when you spoke of your father. A worthy goal in anyone's life should be to make a positive impact on someone's life. You're proof positive of that. Peace be with you. Well, that's very nice. Yeah, I think about my mom and my dad. Both my parents had extremely positive impacts on me, and they still to this day. And believe it or not, they still do my boys very much so. Even though my youngest didn't remember my mom, and my oldest remembers her a little bit, and he has fond memories of her. But I had a beautiful mom, Annie Mae Bennett, and incredible dad, Jerry Bennett. Greatest day of his life. That's what he's known as. I mean, I was talking to somebody yesterday that, greatest day of my life. As soon as I got to church, greatest day of my life, Michael Bennett. And it makes me think of my dad every time I hear that. So one person said, what happened to Justin? Can you repeat? His Twitter is gone too. No, his Twitter's still up. It's Justin Kaelin, Kaelin PXB, play by play. So, but it's still up. I mean, you remember he got scammed, or what happened to him as far as his original Twitter account, Matthew? Do you remember?
He opened one of those DMs that was like, hey, click this link and support me to join a podcast or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he looked at me, he was like, I'm so stupid for doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, look, I know a handful of people who did it. I'm glad I didn't do it. I'm glad it wasn't me.
I know. I remember getting that from him. One person said they already tried the tipping the players at UK. Joe B. Hall created the post-game $100 handshake, lest you forgot. Oh, boy. Okay. Now, let's not go pick on somebody that's no longer with us now. Joe B. Hall was a great guy. I had one of the a fun conversation yesterday out at Churchill Downs, and I'll find who it was, but it was an interesting and I'll tell you who it was, and I want to see if you knew who he was. One person said, discovering over the weekend, I remember Emily Dickinson was a real person, and for her time period, she's a smoke show. Look her up. I remember Emily Dickinson. I don't understand the reference to the show about all this. That you discovered Emily Dickinson? Okay, I get it. All right, yeah, she used to have a TV show back in the 70s. I don't remember what it was called, but anyway. Pat Kelsey went to sleep after his fast start. If you land, if UK, let me get this right. If UK lands Momcilovic, then Kelsey should be crushed for not adding to the roster. What do you think?
I mean, I don't necessarily agree. I mean, like I said, I'm going to be very happy if they do land him. But, I mean, he's done a really good job in the transfer portal already.
I think he does, too.
So, I mean, I just think that crushed is excessive. It's obviously going to be disappointing because you don't want your rival to go get a player you're also going after.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's not like if he doesn't land Momcilovic, every Louisville fan's throwing their hands up and saying it was a wash of an offseason.
Yeah, yeah. One person said, wait, Scoots is gone? What can the listeners do to have whoever is in charge to do the right thing? This is terrible news, even if he is a Hoosier boy. Well, I listen, if you want to call the station and let known your displeasure of what's happened, you can do that, but I'm not going to be the one instigating it. So please don't get me involved in something like that. I mean, but it's a shame. So Will from South Central said, John may be on to something. Eminem could do a commercial. What? This is old. This was last week. Went to bed angry last night about the loss to West Virginia and the rumors about Milan. Then wake up to find out that Justin is gone. Can anything good happen to us anymore? Will from South Central. I don't know how to help you be happy. It was a bad night. I'm going to talk about UK baseball in the second hour because that was not a good game. That was an absolute horrific way to lose that game. But we'll talk about that second hour. As far as Milan, yeah. Let's get back to that conversation for a minute. Matthew, I asked you a question. I don't know because I said so many different things in that one part about the longer this goes, the worse it is for Mark Pope and the better it is for Pat Kelsey. Do you believe that? Or the better is for anybody else other than Mark Pope. Shouldn't the decision have been made quickly to Mark Pope, and the longer this goes, the worse off it is?
I would say because of everything that was going on while he was in the draft process. I mean, it was basically like this guy's going to UK if he comes to college basketball is what I'd been hearing multiple times. So, yes, I think the longer this goes on, the worse it looks for Mark Pope.
Yeah, it does. And to me, because it is known that he is the one that I'm talking about Mark Pope. UK is the one that is actually offering the most money. And now that now that this is taking on so long, it's like, what is the hesitation? It shouldn't take this long. And it makes you believe, okay, Momcilovic is letting other schools figure out if they can come up with the money to be able to pay him so he can go to their school. But that's a bit of a problem. So
whoever just called in, the call dropped as I picked it up. So if you want to call back, just go ahead and I'll pick it up.
Okay, good. 502-384-1450 if you want to call in. 502-414-1450. I tell you what, let's just go ahead and take a break right now. 502-414-1450 on the Whiskey text line. But call in, and we'll let you talk about Justin, okay? I would appreciate it, too. Let's get your frustration out. Get your frustration out with Michael Bennett. Stay right there. More Just the Cats coming right up. Music selections you're choosing today.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like they're upbeat songs and to keep the vibes up a little bit.
I like that. All right, well, yeah, this is kind of a somber day. You're right. It's just a little bit of a somber day, and that's okay. One person said, no offense to anyone else at the station, but Justin was the heart and soul of 1450. Huge and puzzling loss. I don't take offense to that at all, because you're 1,000% right. You don't take any offense to something like that, do you? He was the heart and soul of this radio station.
No, of course not. I mean, especially if he's been here 7 or 8 years, yeah. I mean,
yeah, and I've just been here, 2 years? So I'm not even close to being a heart and soul of a radio station. But no, I think that's very nice of you to say that, and I like that. Yeah. Here's the thing. Do you realize today is the National Day of Say Something Nice Day?
That's a day?
Today, exactly.
Shouldn't every day just be Say Something Nice Day?
That's what I think. Because now I'm curious, is there a day where you say something mean day?
That's just the 364 other days.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
On social media especially?
Yeah, that's what I would.
Yeah, that's where I get a lot of it. I can tell you that. But, yeah, so can you go a whole day without saying something mean to somebody?
No possible way. No possible way.
Are you kidding me?
There's too many people that annoy me out there.
Seriously?
Look, I'm a hater.
Am I one of them, by the way?
No.
Okay.
I'm a hater at heart. It's just what I have to do.
Are you really? No, you shouldn't be a hater. You can change that mindset. Go ahead and answer. It's fine. But you need to change that mindset. And I like that today, June 1st, because June is my favorite month. It is National Say Something Nice Day. I think everyone should say something nice day, and I like the fact that people are coming on here and say something nice. So yeah, we're all bummed about it, but the other part is it's National Olive Day. I don't know if you like olive, but maybe it should be Olive Garden Day. But no, that won't be for me. So all right, let's go ahead and is somebody? You can't even hear me now, but it's okay. Don't worry about it. Is there anybody on there?
I don't know what's going on with the phone line.
Oh, great. So now we're having a problem with the phone line.
I'm picking it up, I swear, and it's not like a dial tone. Like, I'm sitting here like, hello, Big X.
Oh, my gosh.
And there's just nobody on the other end. Like, but they're calling in, so like.
Fantastic.
I don't know.
Oh, my gosh, man. Okay. You know, I've bragged about this station never having, well, I shouldn't say never, but really having minimal technical issues.
If somebody out there is listening that is trying to call in, what you can do is you can text in, and then I can call the number of your like.
Ooh, try that. Yeah,
I can call you directly.
Yeah, 502-414-1450 if you want to do it that way.
Maybe if I call it, maybe it'll work.
Yeah, but let's try that from that standpoint. All right, let's go back to Momchilovich. They're calling again. Okay, all right, we'll try it again. But let me talk about a couple other things. One of the things I think, as far as Momchilovich, I'm getting worried about it. I don't know if, as a UK fan, I'm absolutely concerned what's going on here. I hope it does come to fruition, but if Mark Pope misses on this is, like I said a little earlier in the show, this is a real concern. I know there's been a couple of national media members out there that said this is make it or break it for Mark Pope. Now, as far as percentage-wise, Matthew, do you think what percentage do you give UK landing Momchilovich now on this Monday morning?
I give it like a 65%.
Ooh, you're still above 50. There are a number of people that are saying it's now 50-50.
I think it's still above 6. I think it's still above 50%, just for the fact of, I mean, they have the most money to spend. I think that it's going to come to a point where I really think it's getting drug out because, you know, Kentucky probably has a good enough offer that, you know, he's always going to have to look at it. But then you're looking at the other teams like, maybe these are better fits. Maybe I like this person better. Maybe I like, you know what. There's probably a lot of different things at hand. But then Kentucky just has enough money to say, okay, well, if you're thinking about that, I'll just up it even more than this. Like, I think they have a plethora, or at least a solid amount of their war chest left over to basically give this kid whatever he wants. So I still am confident that he goes to Kentucky. We also have John on the phone line.
Right? Okay. Now, okay. All right. Well, we'll go to the phone line right now. So, John, what's going on?
Michael, sad to hear about Justin.
I appreciate that.
Texter said, heart and soul, man. Big X, man, especially in the morning, get us going. Crosstalk was awesome, wasn't it, Michael?
Oh, my gosh, that's the other. I didn't even think about it. Crosstalk is no longer, Matthew. I am so, people were excited about Cross. I wonder if we need to do a health check on TJ Walker, because I think he was the number one fan of Crosstalk, Matthew. So maybe we should reach out to TJ and make sure he's okay. But yeah, I mean, those are the first two guys I called. As soon as I heard the news, I immediately called TJ, or not called him, I texted him, TJ and Nick Roush. And it's like, this is a bummer, because they're the three guys that really started to get this station going. But go ahead, John.
Tell me about it, Michael. I mean, I've been listening to this station now for about 8+ years. It's 9 or more. And, you know, with Kentucky Roll Call and Nick Rouse, TJ Walker, Trevor Kelsey at the time, you know, and then Justin comes in, and then Justin in the morning. I mean, it just, and now I'm still listening to Kentucky Roll Call now with Stephen Peak. Go check it out. Very good show. And I'm glad to hear Matthew still doing the producing and stuff. Thank you, Matthew, for doing what you do. And Michael, you have an awesome show. So anybody just tuning in right now, listen to me. Get involved with Big X. I don't even live there, but if I lived there, and I do real estate, if I lived there, I would advertise with Big X. If I lived there and I had a restaurant or a business, I would advertise with Big X. They're a very good show. They have very good shows, very good producers, very good host. And they stay on topics, and they let the text line lead some shows, and it's a very good vibe. So if you're out there thinking about advertising with anybody, advertise with Big X. And I hope other people can hear this today. And if you guys are listening online or whatever, like I do in Everville, share out their links. Get online. Go ahead and like the YouTube that Michael's on right now. Share it out. That's going to help them in the long run. I wish Justin was still around. I wish the rest of them that I mentioned were still around. A lot of those guys are gone, but I'll stick around, Michael. One thing, I agree with Matthew. I think it's 60-something% still Kentucky. I feel good. I think the money, like Matthew was saying, is a little bit more what Kentucky can offer. But I know Milan said it's not all about money, Michael. So, but at the end of the day, if you look at both rosters, Louisville and Kentucky, I'm not sitting here trying to say that Kentucky has a better roster or nothing like that. But let's just say Louisville is an A+ roster. Kentucky, as it sits right now, let's say is a B or a B+ area, right? They're a B. Let's just say
I would agree.
Yeah. And you get Milan on there, and now they're an A. I mean, it's an A versus A+, but then you might be talking now about a couple $1 million more or $1.5 million more. And then also, one other thing to look at, guys, when these guys are out there dribbling the ball, there's only one basketball. Maybe Louisville's got a lot of, how many did Pat Kelsey, what is the role that he promised all these players? What did he tell them how many minutes they were going to get, how many shots they were going to shoot? They've got a lot more players that look like they need a lot more stuff given to them than what Kentucky has. Looks like a solid, 6, 7, or 8 that really is going to be in a rotational problem, and then the other ones are going to be, they're just case of injuries. Louisville looks like they might have 9 or 10 in that rotation. So
like
if you're
right now.
But anyways, you guys get what I'm saying.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for the phone call, John. Always good to hear from you. Yeah, you had to interrupt him, didn't you? You just had to say something, how much you love what he's saying right there, Matthew. Wipe that little smirk off your face. I just want you to do
he was
that.
gassing him up more than I was.
Yeah, exactly. He really was. That's not like John. John is always to pump me up as far as when it comes to Mark Pope, UK football, or UK basketball, UK basketball, or UK
I hope
football.
you don't see any Mark Pope, UK football this year.
No, we're not going to see any Mark Pope football. But you had it for so long for Mark Stoops and Mark Pope, and now it's Will Stein. Thank goodness, from a standpoint of I just kept messing up the whole Pope, and you just said Mark Poop. So anyway, that to me indicates you've used that several times when you maybe on your podcast or something, the Upper Decker.
Oh, of course I have.
Oh yeah, right.
I mean, that's just it's low hanging fruit, and I'm a terrible person. I have to reach for it.
You got to stop this terrible person. You have to be nice today. All day long, you have to be nice.
Have I not been nice so far?
Yeah, you've been very nice, but I'm talking to people that irritate you. Because trust me, There are people that irritate me out there too, but I do my best to be. But some people try to egg me on to get me mad or get a response out of me, a reaction. And sometimes that's fun, sometimes it's not. That's the one good thing about you and Justin. Y'all would egg me on until I just start losing it, and that's the part I probably enjoy that the most, and that's what I'll miss the most. But one person texted in, there are pictures of Mark Pope on the beach. He looks very confident. I haven't seen the pictures. Have you?
I don't want to see Mark Pope on the beach.
You don't? Okay, yeah.
Maybe if he's fully clothed.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't either. But maybe I'll look it up and see how confident he is. I'm not convinced of that. By the way, I just maybe he's meant to try and look confident, but I don't know. Then if he's confident,
I mean, what else is
the
supposed to
weight?
look like? He's supposed to send out a tweet like, "Guys, I'm on the beach because we're not getting me
Yeah,
lawn. I'm
he's supposed to
upset."
put his hands on his head and bend down between his knees. And
He's already cried in front of Jeff Goodman once. He can't do it again.
Yeah, no, he's got to look confident. I mean, if he doesn't, then yeah, all is not well, and all is going to be over pretty soon. So, you got to be careful there. So I would hope he looks confident. If he didn't, then I would be even more concerned. But anyway, when we come back, I don't know if you saw it or not, but there was drama in the Women's College World Series. Did you see what was happening there? And it happened after the game was over. Evidently, you didn't. Just say no, you didn't see it.
I don't think so.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the drama. We talk about some Knicks and San Antonio Spurs, as well as UK baseball. We'll talk about. They're still in it, but what a disappointing loss last night when they had such a great lead. So, all right, let's take a break. Hour 2 of Just the Cats coming right up. Stay right there.
Because he's coming over here and bullying me.
Hey, don't be that way now. I was not bullying you. I was just trying to wake you up so you have a little fun. 502-384-1450. Somebody call in, wake up Matt. 502-414-1450. You want to text in on the Whiskey Thief text line and tweet me at Just the Cat Radio. Did you realize that today would have been Marilyn Monroe's 100th birthday?
And why did you look this up?
I didn't look this up. This is news.
You feeling a little frisky this morning, Michael?
Well, why would you say I feel a little frisky?
Reminiscing on the golden days?
Oh, here we go now. Listen, I wasn't born or alive. Yeah, I wasn't born when she unfortunately passed away at 36 years old. But
she died at 36?
36 years old.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't know that at all?
No.
Yeah. And of course, they say that she passed away unusually. But I won't get into that. I think you can look that kind of stuff up. But, yeah. So 36. Because to me, I didn't know her from her movies. I haven't watched a single movie of hers. I just know the name. People wrote songs about her. That's all I know. But, people say she was beautiful. But is she the most iconic woman?
Oh, I don't even know. I mean, I guess.
Who today would be one of the more iconic women that you would say immediately it's this person? And I hate to tell you.
Like, just by seeing them, everybody knows them? Or, like, if I say their name, they definitely at least have heard of them?
All the above.
Michelle Obama.
Interesting. That's an interesting pick. I was thinking not a non-political person, but okay.
If not political, my answer is probably not going to be. My answer would be like Anne Hathaway.
Really?
I think Anne Hathaway has been in like film for so long now. She's kind of like been in every generation of film since she started. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Since like the 90s all the way to 2020. She's like 5 movies just this year.
She has 5 movies this year?
It's like 3 to 5. Yeah, something like that.
Holy cow. Okay. Yeah, I would not have said Anne Hathaway. And I know who she is. I'm trying to think if I know one of her movies.
That might just be because of how attracted I am to her. I could be.
That's the real reason right there. Yeah, now the truth came out. Paulina, you better watch out. If Anne Hathaway comes in the studio, our Matthew might not be moving to Tampa, Florida.
If Anne Hathaway walked in the studio right now, I don't think she would even blame me. I think she'd be like,
really?
If Anne Hathaway came to Louisville, Kentucky, and walked in the Big X studio right now.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, I don't know if I would ever say that on live air. Because if
she knows I'm joking.
No, Patricia Bennett walks in here, I'm walking out with Patricia Bennett. If anybody else walks in here, I'm not walking out with
Patricia Bennett walking out with you?
Oh, that's the other question. You're exactly correct. No, she would not. She would absolutely just be out of here. Yeah. I listen. In the heyday, she loved John Mellencamp. Thought he was really good looking. Not anymore, but. Yeah, it was, yeah. But I don't know if there's a more iconic woman these days. And I can't think of any.
Yeah, I don't know. Not like on the level of like
Marilyn Monroe. I mean, she's been gone for 63 years, and she's still widely known across this country. I don't know if around the world, but I just can't think of another woman that has that kind of popularity. Madonna, would you say? I'm not a big fan of Madonna, but would you say Madonna?
No. I just haven't heard somebody really talk about Madonna in like 5 or 6, 7 years.
Okay, fair enough. There's just nobody out there. At one point, I think you could have said, what's the Christina Aguilera? You might could have said Mariah Carey, but I think they've gone kind of out of. Who's the girl that the country music singer that's on American?
Yep. You're gonna say Carrie Underwood.
Carrie Underwood.
Yep. I was just sitting here thinking. I was like, if I really had to rack my brain, I think I would say Carrie Underwood as well. I mean, she like owns Sunday Night Football.
She's everywhere. Exactly.
I think it'd be Carrie Underwood.
Yeah. I watched a video clip of her singing with a band last night, and it was a little unusual. I can't think of the band's name, but it was a hard rock. Well, I mean, it was a hair band. But Tommy Lee Jones, what band was he in?
No idea.
Yeah, okay, I figured you wouldn't. But All right.
You're the music person.
Yeah, I used to be. Today I'm struggling. I'm a little off my game today, and I think everybody knows why. But John here, not gassing up U of L. I'm just saying if you want to be the guy who is a sharpshooter and trying to elevate your game and showcase what more you can do than U of L, is not the spot for you. Kentucky still has a competitive roster that gives him room to breathe and grow as a player, but at the same time, be the number one player on the roster. The NBA wants to see that leadership growth. They want him to have a little pressure and succeed, and if they were satisfied with just shooting, he would have been drafted. So at U of L, he is just a shooter. At Kentucky, he is the number one guy growing his game.
I can agree with that. I think that if you were to go to Arizona, if you were to go to U of L, the dude could start for any team in the country he wants, and he definitely start on both those two rosters. But I think if you went to Kentucky, you kind of already know you're going to be the guy. So I honestly believe Milan is at his ceiling at the moment. I don't think he can get much better. I mean, 48% from high volume behind the arc. You're not really ever going to shoot better than that. He's not some great on-ball defender. He can't really catch dudes off the dribble like that. He kind of needs to get into space. He can shoot contested and stuff like that, but I think we're already seeing where his ceiling is at. I don't think he's elevating it very much at all, but if you go to Kentucky, you at least have the opportunity to get the ball in your hands probably a lot more. So you can kind of maybe get more film if you really want to go to the draft again the next season.
Yeah, right.
But it really, like I said, it really comes down to him evaluating all three rosters and saying, where am I going to get the most playing time? Where am I going to get the most money? And do I really care about, contending for this or maybe making a conference championship, Final Four? Like, all those things come into play and how much they mean to him personally. So I think that, like I said, Kentucky gives him the opportunity to kind of get the most out of his time in college basketball in terms of, elevating his draft stock. But I personally believe the other two schools give him the more of, if I want to get the most out of college basketball, Louisville or Arizona would give him that.
Here's what I'm doing. If I'm Mark Pope or if I'm a head coach out there, I'm like, okay, Milan, what is your number one goal? Is it to win a title in college? Is that number one? Okay. Is it to get to the NBA? And I think he would answer it's to get to the NBA. So then I would say, here is how I'm going to get you to achieve your goal. This is how you're going to do it. This is what the pros want to see for you to be able to succeed and make a roster in the NBA. This is what I'm going to do. Here are the steps I'm going to take. And that's how you bring him to your school. Forget about this whole national championship. That should be secondary to Milan Momcilovic. Now, with Mark Pope, obviously that should be his number one goal because that's purely his job. But he's still got to bring in those players. And for those players to come and commit at the University of Kentucky, he's got to say, okay, let's put your goals down. Let's put am I going to help you achieve those goals? So that should be the number one thing that Momcilovic should be looking at. Not where am I going to win a title? If he's the best shooter in the country, why didn't the NBA take him? There's got to be a reason why he took his name out of the draft.
I mean, I know that he wanted to stay in the draft as much as possible, but he was asking for guarantees, whether that be a guaranteed contract with guaranteed money or if he was going to be a guaranteed first-round pick. And it seemed like he didn't get either of those at this moment. The issue with Milan is, yes, he is the most talented shooter in college basketball right now. But, like I said, he's not the greatest defender. And if you want to be more of an unathletic big, he's not hyper unathletic, but he's also not some dude who can jump out the gym and, he can't do it. He can't do what most 6'7", 6'8", forwards can do, but he can shoot at a really high level. So when you want to be a player like that, you kind of have to develop as a 3-and-D kind of guy in the NBA. You kind of got to, this is a bad example because he's not 6'8", but like Cason Wallace for the Thunder, we just watched him, right? His whole role is 3-and-D. He's one of the best shooters on the team, but he can also defend 1 through 3, all 3 levels.
Yeah.
Milan just can't do that. He's going to be a guy who's going to give up points, but he's going to score you a lot of points. So I think his goal for this year is to develop as a defender if he really wants to get a guarantee. But at the same time, next year in the draft, it's going to be a lot softer. You're not going to have as much of a stacked roster going into that NBA draft, so you'll have a better chance. I don't see Milan ever being like a lottery pick. I don't see Milan ever being a top 20 pick. I think he'd be end of the first round at best. So, in my opinion and honesty, I think any of the three teams that he could go to will benefit him. It's really going to come down to what's more important to him. Does he want more money? And he's kind of accepted that, okay, my NBA career might not be too long, so I could possibly make a lot of wealth with college basketball and then set myself up for success later on? Or is it winning at the highest level in college? Like, which one do I care about most? And I think it's going to be interesting to find out what his decision is.
Yeah, well, talking about the NBA, now we know who is going to be playing the Knicks. Were you surprised by the Oklahoma City loss the other night?
Loved it.
Okay.
Loved it.
All right, here we go.
Up and down.
Yeah, okay, good.
Tears were rolling down my face. I thought my knees
sure.
at one point.
Okay, all right. Get to the realistic side of it because you're just exaggerating now.
I was actually surprised to see them lose that game.
I was too.
The one thing that made me, like, obviously I'm a Thunder hater, so the whole thing of them losing made me happy. But the one part of it that really made me feel like, as an NBA fan, excited for the future of this league is, like, the moment they won, you saw Wemby, like, break down into tears and, like,
it was kind of weird.
Bring his teammates in and how excited he was. I love to see that. It makes me feel like the future of the NBA is in good hands. Like, I am so tired of this whole thing that professional sports have had where every time somebody wins something big, we saw it in the NFL last year with Jalen Hurts. He didn't celebrate. He just, like, walked off the field. He was trying to look all cool and everything. Yeah. I hate this, like, nonchalant act. Like, it's not cool to win sports anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I love seeing athletes show emotion. Like, this is supposed to be your dream, right?
Right.
So why are you trying to look cool all the time? So, like, when I see athletes, no matter how big or how old they are, I love seeing that. Like the video of, like, when LeBron came back 3-1 and, like, fell to the ground, started crying. You know what I mean? Like, I miss that stuff. Like, that's what I grew up watching. Yeah. So every time I see somebody, like, win something big or make a seriously milestone accomplishment, and they try to do this, like, oh, we're just back to work next week kind of thing, I'm like, man, come on. Like, I don't care. We know how you're actually feeling. You don't have to pretend. So it gave me, like, a refreshing feeling that there are still people that show, like, that have that emotion and still love the sport the way they should.
Yeah, but should he be celebrating like that? Just winning the conference final, because it got him to the finals, but it wasn't winning the finals. I was kind of surprised he reacted the way he did to just make the finals. I would expect that kind of reaction if you win the NBA championship.
I completely understand that, but at the same time, you took down the Western Conference MVP, you took down the back-to-back MVP, you took down the reigning NBA champion in a Game 7 on their home floor. Yeah. In one where, I mean, Shea looked like he was the best player in in NBA basketball for the second half of that game. Yeah. I could definitely see how you just, like, worked your ass off. Yeah. You got to this point and, like, you're almost surprised at your own outcome. So, like, yes, you're right. You would expect that kind of reaction to an NBA Finals win. So, like, at the end of the day, if they don't win the Finals, it's like, this is kind of corny that you were celebrating the Western Conference Finals like this. At the end of the day, it's his first ever Finals. You know, like, True. When you're a kid, you dream of this kind of moment going to the NBA Finals. So, like, I don't hate on him for it.
I'm not going to hate on him for it. I was just surprised by, it seemed like it was an overreaction for just making the finals. Not actually. I would expect that kind of reaction if you won a title. That's kind of how I was looking at it. But, by the way, have you seen some of his pregame routines?
Some of them.
Have you seen the one where we're talking about Wemby? Yeah. Have you seen the one where he's doing the juggling?
Yes.
And lunges? Mm-hmm. What is that just, I don't understand why, that's pretty impressive, by the way. I can't juggle. Can you juggle?
No.
Okay, I can't either. And these people that can juggle, it does amaze me, and I wish maybe if I practice more, I just don't spend the time doing stuff. But I don't understand the purpose of doing juggling and lunges at the same time.
I mean, I guess it's a coordination technique.
It is.
This is also the same guy who spent an entire offseason last year with monks. You know what I mean? Like, this
did? I didn't know that.
You didn't know that? Yeah, there's pictures of it everywhere. Like, yeah, he spent an entire offseason, like, I don't know what country he was in, but he was hanging out with monks and, like, finding out how to, like, balance himself, all doing all this stuff. It was a real.
I don't think I could do that.
Interesting development, but, like, this is a guy who pulls out all the stops. He wants to win. He wants to be the best player in the basketball.
Aren't there monks that don't talk? And that's they say, well, it happened in The Hangover, if you remember that one. The one monk that they kidnapped and he didn't talk at all. I don't think I could do that. I don't think I could go. I'm trying to figure out right now, how long do you think, what would be the over-under on how long I could go without talking?
Where are we at? Are we just like, am I just like living everyday life, like normal day of life, or like are we in like a certain situation?
No.
So if every day. I'm just like at home and I go to work.
Yeah.
Just, okay. Maybe 24 hours.
I don't think I could last 2 hours. I don't think I could last an hour. I'm not saying it because I talk to myself. I talk to myself out loud.
I do the same thing.
All right.
But there are plenty of days where I'll have like an epiphany, like at like 4 p.m. and I'm like, oh my gosh, I really haven't like said words today. Like,
yeah. Really? No, that's not me. I'm always saying words. I've always got an opinion, even if I'm sitting by myself and I'm saying it out loud. I'm like, you're an idiot. I'll say that quite a bit. Now, most of the time I'm talking to myself. But I don't know if you saw Wemby's mom and dad. His dad's 6'8". Wemby's 7'4". Did you see how tall his mom is?
No, I did not.
6'7".
Those are some tall parents.
Exactly. I mean, you get that combination, and now he is 7'4". I do. People that are that tall, I feel bad for. Because everyday normal things for you and me are so difficult.
Yeah. Like, you think Shaq is fitting in those Buicks that he advertises?
You think he's walking in a normal house or an apartment, and he's constantly got to bend his head down. That to me would get old.
Look, I'm going to go ahead and imprint my carbon footprint on this show right now. If my future son happens to find this audio recording at some point, I'm sorry that your height is chalked. Your mom's probably going to be like 5'5". I'm going to be 5'5".
Yeah.
You're going to be a short dude, and I'm sorry to hear it. I wish I could, I wish I was taller. That's just how it's going to have to be. I don't feel bad for guys like Wemby, because you know what? We've seen plenty of people who be that 7 to 7'4" range, who are some of the worst athletes I've ever seen, but because they're so tall, they make it in a career in basketball. And it's like they usually have health problems. They usually don't have the talent that some other players have. Wemby is such a freak that, like, this dude can do things that point guards can do. He can do things that shooting guards can do. This dude can pull up from 30 feet and honestly,
make it like he's a normal shooting guard.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he's 7'5". Like, I genuinely believe we will never see an athlete like Victor Wembanyama again.
Oh, I think we will. I don't think he'll be alone. You're telling me that there's only going to be one Wemby. There's only going to be one Michael Jordan. There's only going to be one LeBron James. I think there'll be other people. Steph Curry, I'll put into that group. I think there'll be more people out there.
You see, I can't compare him to those three guys. Like, those three guys are, yes, they're the best at their sport at that time, and their position as well. I'm just saying that we'll never see a 7'5" human being be able to do the things that Wemby can do.
I think we will.
I don't think
because
so.
the way that they train today, and he's training like a guard, just like with. I'm trying to think, who was it? There were some big men out there that were playing guard at one point when they're in elementary school, and then all of a sudden they have a growth spurt, and now they're really tall, and now they still play like the guard. I think Wemby will. I think there'll be more players like Wemby. I'm not trying to take away with the talent that he has. Please don't take it that way. But no, he's a great player. So, all right, we got to take another break. 502-414-1451. Text me on the Whiskey Thief text line. When we come back, we got to talk a little bit about UK baseball and the disappointment there. But we got a game tonight, so hopefully they can correct that loss from last night. Stay right there. More Just Cats coming up. Go on to talking a little baseball. Who are you going with as far as Knicks, Spurs? Because the Spurs have the home field advantage. Games start Wednesday, so they got a couple days. Do you think the Knicks have an advantage because of the fact that they've had more time to rest, they've swept everybody, or do you think it's Spurs because they've been playing on, and it doesn't matter about they get a couple of days of rest? But do you think one has the advantage over the other over that, or and who are you picking?
I think that the Knicks will have the advantage in terms of, they've gotten the rest, they've gotten more time to practice and get ready, and they've gotten to watch the other team play more times than not. But I'm still going with the Spurs. One, I think that they are, I think the best two teams in the NBA were the Spurs and the Thunder. I kind of feel like that was our NBA Finals already. I'm also a Pacers fan, and I just hate the Knicks, so I'm going to root for the Spurs until the day I die.
Are you really?
Most of the relief from watching the Spurs win the other night was because that means I didn't have to root for the Knicks. And so I'm just excited about that.
Okay, well, I'm picking the Knicks. So I want Karl Anthony Towns to win a championship. I know you got Keldon and you got Fox on the Spurs, but either way, I'm happy because you got UK players that are going to win.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that.
Yeah, I'm glad you do.
I wanted Donovan to win, but, his team sucks, and his coach is terrible.
Yeah, that was not...
Kenny Atkinson is awful.
Yeah, but let's talk about UK baseball. They had a lead going into the ninth inning last night, 9-6, and just had a absolute debacle and total failure in the ninth inning, as far as I'm concerned, in the West Virginia Regional versus the Mountaineers, and lost. It was just all around horrible. Bases loaded, they get a balk. They got a balk at one point. They got walked another at one point. I mean, what are you doing here? Just pitch the ball, finish the game, throw strikes. That's all you got to do. Let the fielders get the outs for you. That was a disappointing loss last night. Because it's been a fun weekend. It's been an absolute complete switch from the way UK finished the season, played in the SEC. Now you get in the NCAA tournament, and you got all the chances in the world to win this and go to the Super Regional, and they blow it. But never fear, they have another game tonight. To me, when you lose, when it's a must-win game for one particular team, they win it. I feel like that team goes in there to the second game with momentum and has a better shot at winning the second game than the other team that all they got to do is win one game out of two games to go on to the Super Regional. Are you kind of the same way, or do you feel like, no?
I'm the same way. When you're in a situation where you're either the underdog or you're not expected to win, you kind of have a chip on your shoulder.
Yeah.
And you have nothing to, I guess nothing to play for is not the right word. You have nothing to lose. Yeah, when you come out there and you can pull out that first game win and you have all the momentum, you get the other team kind of on their heels. But at the same time, you play with fire like that a little bit when, just like you said in the game against West Virginia the other day, when you kind of almost have it in the bag and you lose in such a horrendous way like you lost there, you flip the entire momentum on its other side. And it's the same thing like we're talking about the NBA last segment. That first game the Cavs had against the Knicks, you're up to 24 points. You lose that game, that basically ended the series for them.
Yeah.
The loss that UK had the other night in baseball could possibly lose them the chance to move on to Super Regional because of the momentum West Virginia will gain off of that.
Well, I hope it doesn't. I hope UK somehow finds a way to win the ball game tonight. We don't know who's going to be pitching yet, but the game's at 6 o'clock. I don't even think we know what channel it's on ESPN, do we?
I have no idea.
I found it funny that a lot of the West Virginia fans were upset that the game was on the SEC network. Who cares? I mean, if it was on, if UK was playing a team that had their own particular network, I don't care as long as I get to watch it. Does that really matter to teams and schools out there?
I mean, some people care because, when it's on a major network like that, you do get the revenue share from it.
Oh, okay.
But at the end of the day,
the fans are upset about it.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's I'm not trying to downplay anything, but you're watching the regional of a college baseball game. You got to expect that you're not towards college baseball is not huge in city to city like college basketball and football is, right? So you're not going to get that national coverage every single game until you get to like deep in the super regional, or
right.
you get to the call. So like, it's not something you should be surprised about having to play on the SEC network in a regional. Would I rather see my favorite team play on the major stage every single game? Of course, but that's just not how it works. Like, there's other things they want to put on TV besides college baseball.
Yeah. Did you see where Patrick Mahomes had front row seats to the Savannah Bananas versus Indianapolis game at Kauffman Stadium? That's wild.
I did not, but I don't know why he's doing that either.
I don't either. But anyway, well, I'm hoping the game tonight changes the momentum. UK wins, and boom, they're going off to the Super Regional. UCLA losing, though, was crazy. Number 1 team in the country was eliminated over the weekend.
I'm going to be honest, Michael. This season, I have not been tapped into college baseball at all.
Because your team sucked.
They were terrible. Horrible.
And that's why you're not tapped into it.
I'm not. Like, I do like baseball, but I don't like it enough that I can just, like, it's not like football for me where I can just watch whatever's on. I have to have a team like, in the fight. So, like,
okay.
I got into baseball last year, at the very beginning of the season, and I was like, I need to have a team, so I picked the Reds, and I've been following the Reds past 2 seasons. I've followed Louisville baseball since I was a little kid. Most of the time because they've been good most of the time since I was a little kid.
Right.
This season, I mean, the pitching was just absolutely abysmal. You have Tate Davis, who has one of the best seasons in college baseball history, which was fun to watch. But it was one where you could, like, this team could put up 13 runs but then lose by 20. Like, the pitching was so bad, it was just unbearable to watch. So, yeah, I have not been into college baseball this season.
Is this kind of beginning the end for Dan McDonald at U of L?
I think it can be. He's definitely going to get one more shot. Like, this is
absolutely. Like, he should get another shot.
Yes, like, this is his extension year. Like, his contract is up this season.
Yeah.
So I know they're making changes to the pitching staff. I think they're going to be like, Dan, you brought us the College World Series last year. You were a Final Four team last year. You showed us you can still do it. But something I get you have a loyalty to Roger Williams, and that's understandable. But something has to change. This was unacceptable. If you can't change it, then, yeah, you're done.
Yeah. MLB, has been talking about expansion. And there's a lot of cities out there that really want it in the worst way. Nashville wants a team. Sacramento really wants a team. Vancouver. Salt Lake City. Those are 4 cities that are really vying to have a team. I don't see how it works in Vancouver. I mean, if you're playing into September, October, it's going to be way too cold, and there's going to be a lot of snow up there.
Yeah.
But one Major League Baseball owner said expansion is stupid and does not want it. And let me give you the reasons why. Because it doesn't make any kind of financial sense. Why do they want to subsidize more teams? And that's what they're doing right now. Think about my favorite team, Tampa Bay Rays. They're subsidizing the Tampa Bay Rays every year. They're doing it with Colorado. They're doing it with Miami. And they're not bringing in the money that generates the rest of the league. So why do they want to bring in more teams? And I kind of agree with the Major League owner that said expansion is stupid. Because that's taking more money out of their pocket. Yes, they're going to get a fee in the beginning because they're expecting the expansion fee. Are you ready for this? They're saying that the expansion fee right now, if they do to any of these cities, will be over $3 billion. Now, that's great in the short term, but in the long term, I guarantee you, Nashville, Tennessee, they're doing a great job supporting the NFL, and they're doing a great job supporting the NHL. But they can't support Major League Baseball. I don't know if Sacramento, Vancouver, or Salt Lake City can. And and that owner is right. They're going to have to subsidize more teams, which, yeah, it was great to get that $3 billion in the beginning, but that money's going to run out quickly because it's going to go towards subsidizing these other teams that can't support themselves. Do you think that's right, or do you think they need to expand more teams in Major League Baseball?
I think they need to expand more teams.
Why?
Because, Michael, to me, if you want to grow your sport, and this is coming from a guy who's trying to follow baseball, like I said, the past couple of years.
Yes.
The sport is dying. Like, that's why they're changing all these rules. That's why they're trying to modernize it. They're trying to make it faster, trying to make it more viewership friendly. It's dying. Like, nobody's going to these games anymore. Baseball tickets are the cheapest tickets on the planet. Like, they're basically begging people to come out. If you want to grow the sport, you have to actually grow the sport. Like, it's not just, let's have a bobblehead night and hope we can have fans come in. That's how we're going to grow. We're going to bring more fans in. You need to legitimately add more teams. You need to add more markets. You need to add more versatility, more diversity to this league, to a league that has been, like, it's the one sport where, I mean, I guess besides golf, is the most traditionalist sport on the planet.
Yeah.
Like, things never change. It's always the same. I understand the point of, you know, having multiple subsidiaries, and that causes issues financially for the league and these. I understand. But, I mean, the tale oldest time is you got to spend money to make money. And the thing is when, with how the league, the MLB has done a good job of making these new rules that's made it, you know, like I said, more viewer friendly, and has brought, like, from what I've seen, more people to some of these games. At the end of the day, that's going to die out. This is going to become the norm again. It's going to slow down. We're going to start seeing the same things we were seeing before. All these new, like, everything new is going to feel old again. And the only way to continuously make it feel new is to do the things like the NFL's been talking about, the NBA's been talking about, and that's add more teams. That's add more teams to the list to the league. That's add more fans to the roster, like, or to the add more fans to those cities, add more players to these rosters. It's the only route you can go to continuously say that the MLB is going to continue to grow. If you just never add any teams, it's going to go stale and it's going to die.
Yeah, but you get to a point where these teams can't afford to maintain the financials of other teams that are not succeeding. Because, you know, when they get a new team, it'll do well the first year. Like Miami, for example. They did well the first year. They did well when they did the brand new stadium, and then all of a sudden attendance has just fallen. It's done well in Tampa this year, Tampa Bay, St. Pete, because they revamped Tropicana Field, which was an absolute dump. And they did a really nice job of, after the hurricane, repairing it. But, you know, that's only temporary because they're moving to Tampa. But I feel like you get to a point where the owners is like, we can't support all these other teams. You're taking money out of my pocket because these other cities want teams. Does it mean I want more money out of my pocket? I don't know. I especially the cities we're talking about, I'm not interested. I'm not going to go to Nashville, Tennessee to go watch a baseball game. I'm going to Cincinnati or I'm going to Tampa. And probably only other places I would go would be either L.A. to see Dodger Stadium, Chicago, because I love going to see the Cubs play there at Wrigley Field, even though that place is antiquated. The iconic other places, probably Boston, Baltimore, and New York. That's it. I'm not going to Sacramento, Salt Lake City. Oh, let's go to Sacramento and see a baseball game. No, that's never going to happen. Those words will never come out of my mouth. By the way, they have done things that I like. For instance, have you seen what the duration of a 9-inning game is averaging now? So back in 21, it was averaging 3 hours and 10 minutes. Over time, with the new way they have it with the clock out, 22 was 3 hours, 3 minutes. In 2023, it was 2 hours, 39 minutes. 24, 2 hours, 36 minutes. It's now averaging about 2.5 hours. And I'm to a point now where I think baseball might be a little too short as far as the time.
I'd have to disagree.
Oh, really? You want it faster, or is that about the right time?
No, I think that's a perfect time.
Do you run 2.5 hours?
I think 2.5 hours is perfect for baseball.
It just seems so fast. I think an NFL game is longer.
It can be, yeah.
I think an NBA game that's probably right there around 2 hours. But Major League, man, that 2.5 hours is that's amazing. What'd you think of the Blue Jays outfielder? Did you see that Jesus Sanchez?
Is that the one where he got hit in the hand by the fan?
Exactly.
Yes, I saw this.
All right. You saw the video. So if you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's Blue Jays outfielder Jesus Sanchez. He got hurt because he was, they said playfully, or Jesus said it, playfully talking with a fan. And made the comment, well, just throw me a ball, we'll play catch. And then unexpectedly, the fan threw a ball, hit him on the hand, and Sanchez had to be taken out of the ball game because it hurt him. And I'm thinking, well, wait a minute. This is like a 25, 30 mile an hour ball. And then security went up, located the person, and ejected them from the baseball game.
They ejected the fan?
Yes.
That's ridiculous.
That's what I thought.
Because, like you said, he came out and was like, it was a misunderstanding.
Yes.
Like, he didn't, like, it wasn't like he was throwing it at me. Plus, in the video, he doesn't, like, it's not like a pitch. Like, he, like, lobs him this baseball.
Exactly.
It's like the most, like, child-like playing catch with your dad.
Well, they said it was a kid that threw it.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
That's what I thought.
Because the player literally holds his glove up, like, as if he's going to play, and then just turns around. Like, it's that's ridiculous.
It's like, well, why'd you turn around? You just put your glove up and said, throw me the ball. And it's just like, oh, man. And then when I heard they threw the person out of the game, I don't know if it was a kid, the dad, or both, or what. It's like, wait a minute. How could you do that?
You know something that blows my mind about baseball?
What's that?
Is that the whole, like, catching baseballs in the outfield and playing catch with the outfielders, that happens in every game possible. I can see that every single time. Like, you know,
I love that.
When they do the pitching changes and the outfielders warm up, they always throw the ball in the outfield to some fan. All of that stuff is on such an honor system. You know what I mean? Because think of every other sport. If you go to NBA games, if you go to NFL games, you'll go to the stadiums where they don't let you keep bottle caps because they know that fans will throw them at players. They don't let you keep certain items because you can throw them at players.
You're right.
Baseball is literally an honor system. They are handing you a 2-pound solid rock.
Yeah.
That you could basically snipe
you're right
any player
about that.
in the world whenever you want.
Yeah.
And people just don't do it. Like, it's because it's ingrained in your brain. You just don't do that. And it's one of those, it's like, I can't believe somebody hasn't ruined it for baseball fans yet. You know, one crazy person hasn't been like, gosh, we need to win this game. I need to take Aaron Judge out right now and snipes him. It just hasn't happened.
Well, you know, when my kids were little, we could go get baseball bats with their name on it before the game. And then they give us the baseball. We could have thrown baseball bats.
Lob this bat out there.
Exactly.
I
never thought about that. You're exactly correct.
I'm not sitting here saying no, nobody should ever do that because that's a sanctity of baseball that I love. Yeah. I love how immersive the fan experience is in baseball. That's the joy of it.
Yes.
It just blows my mind that, knowing how humans are, that just has not happened yet.
Well, don't put thoughts in their minds now, because you're right. You go to a football game and you get a bottle of not even a beer, of water, and they keep the cap. It's like, what am I going to do with this? Anyway, I think it's silly. But all right, we got to take our last break. When we come back, I want to talk about the drama that happened at the Texas Tech Tennessee the Women's World Series. It was a lot of fun to watch that. We'll be right back. This is Just the Cats. other thing that stuck out, you didn't see it either. The end of North Carolina State's season that ended on a pitch clock violation.
Did not see that.
Yeah.
Be a terrible way to lose.
Can you exactly? That has to be the word. Now they were down by, I think it was like 4 or 5 runs, but to end the season on a pitch clock as you're at bat, not a pitcher, but as you're at bat, is just unbelievable.
Okay, is that a worse way to lose, or is it, like let's say it's bottom of the 9th inning, bases are loaded, and you strike a dude out, and he calls a challenge, and it's a ball and walk, and you lose off of that.
Oh, yeah. That happened in the high school, wasn't it?
Yes, I think it was in high school.
Yeah, well it was different. It was, I think the catcher dropped the ball, and the runner ran, and the team was celebrating because it was called strike, and the ball is on the ground. The runner runs to first and continues to run around the entire bases, and the other team won, even though the kid had struck out, which was crazy. I don't know. Any of those ways is a horrible way to lose anyway. Let me get to a couple of text messages before we end for today. Buzz tweeted out, or texted out, what I like about the Big X is the balance between the major local universities. We lost some of the IU perspective with Justin leaving. I do enjoy all the personalities when I get a chance to listen. In my much longer lifetime than you guys, radio personalities have always changed. Like it or not, we move on. When I was little, no one thought a player would come along like Wilt Chamberlain. He was a genetic freak of his time. As genetics progress, along with improved training and nutrition programs, more Wimbies will come along the way. See, that's what I think. Because, you had Wilt Chamberlain back in the day for Buzz. In my day, of course, you had Sam Bowie, Melvin Turpin, those players. You had, players like Larry Bird. You're a fan of Larry Bird. I wish he was still the coach at the Pacers.
Why am I a fan of? Oh, because
he was a Pacer.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
You're taking it from the perspective of the Celtics.
Yes, I was like, is there a reason why I would be?
No, he was a coach at the Pacers and did really well. But then, and then, of course, you got Anthony Davis. You got Karl Anthony Towns. And, of course, there's Wemby. I mean, you had another one back in my day was Magic Johnson. And then you got LeBron James. I mean, they're freaks of nature as far as I'm concerned, too. You never saw a big man a long time ago that handled the ball like LeBron James. Or a Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. All right, then. One person said Major League Baseball already has a watered-down player pool. When the Blue Jays play in Seattle, fans come down from Vancouver and take over the stadium. MLB wants to tap into that fan base, but I say no to expansion. So I'm kind of that way, too. Let's get to Patrick. Morning, Michael and Matt. My APA amateur pool ball team, Vicious Ducks, I like the name, lost in the finals of Tri-Cup on Sunday. We won the first round 51-40, second round 52-24, and lost the finals 50-22. Teams needed to get to 51 points or close to it. If we had won, then we would have split $1,000 and qualified to play in the tournament to go to Las Vegas for the national tournament in August. The Tri-Cup tournament was at Rail Yard in Louisville. Well, congratulations for getting to the final round, but Patrick, I'm sorry you lost. Do you know Patrick?
Yes, I met him multiple times.
You met him?
Yeah.
Have you really?
Yeah, he comes out to the remote shows with KRC sometimes, and then they had him in studio like last week.
He was in studio?
Yeah, because Stephen Peak was on his honeymoon, so they had a bunch of different guests on, and they brought Patrick in for
nice.
Because Patrick keeps track of the correct answers and incorrect answers for trivia every week.
Ah, I got you.
So they had him come in as a special
Maybe
guest.
one day my dream will be we'll have a remote show for Just the Cats. And I'm hoping you're with us. So
I hope I would be too.
Yeah.
I don't know who'd be producing.
Drama, it doesn't matter. We'll find some. Maybe we can get Justin to come produce. I don't know. Drama in the College World Series. I don't know if you saw this or not, but Tennessee Tech lost to University of Tennessee. That's not the drama. The drama was.
You mean Texas Tech?
I said Tennessee Tech. Yeah, I mean Texas Tech. The drama was the fact that the handshake line is going through, and the Tennessee coach shook a player, and according to a Texas Tech player who, oh my gosh, sorry about that. That's a big sneeze. According to a Tennessee Tech who happened to be a former Tennessee player from the year before, claims that the Tennessee coach going through the handshake line said you made a mistake to the former player. Now, you got the UT coach that's been interviewed and unequivocally said it's an outright lie and never happened. Credit to ESPN. They recorded the handshake line, had video of it, and slowed it down. And you can see the Tennessee coach saying, good game. What should happen? Should the Texas Tech player be reprimanded, or should anything happen? Because that's not a good look.
I don't know if he should be reprimanded, but yeah, it's a bad look. I honestly don't really know what you would do in this situation. At the end of the day, I mean,
they lost. Tennessee won. Texas Tech lost.
I think I'm just moving on. He'll probably get something from
she.
Yeah, sorry. I think I'm just moving on. I don't think it's worth diving into.
Really? Well, but when you have a former player outright lie that you said you made a mistake and seeing something obnoxious going through the handshake line, man, I might have a problem with that, because that player's trying to make her former coach and team look bad. And I think that's a bad look. To me, I need to make certain everybody knows out there, I didn't say anything like that.
I just don't know what you would do. Yes, it's a bad look, and I think if you're going to do something about it, you do it kind of like behind closed doors. I don't think it needs to be national media level.
But she took it to a national media level, though.
This is something.
The player did.
This is something that happens all the time. Emotions fly when you're playing, especially you're playing against your former team and stuff like that.
Right.
I don't know. I feel what would you even do? The season's over. You gonna bench her for all season next season?
At least apologize or something. Yeah, I just let my emotions. I probably shouldn't have said that. I doubt if anything happens too. But I don't blame the Tennessee coach for being upset as much as she is.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't blame them at all for that. But yeah, I just like I said, I just don't know what you would even do in a situation like this. If you're the Tennessee coach, are you reaching out to the NCAA asking for?
No, I don't think that's it. But I just I don't even think I would reach out to her current coach right now. But I mean, I just man, that's a bad look.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like it
on both sides.
At the end of the day, I mean, if I'm Tennessee, I wouldn't be losing sleep over it. You won. That should be the pride and joy.
Yeah.
It shouldn't need more than that.
Well, by this time tomorrow, will we know anything Mom Chilovic wise?
No.
Oh, you think it's going to be longer than that?
I think it's going to be longer than that.
How long do you think it's going to be?
I think we'll hear about it this weekend. I think he's going to milk it as long as possible. See if he can get
here we go. Another Tyron Stokes situation. Okay. All right.
He has nothing but stuff to gain for it.
This just sucks. And because he said he would, I thought the report was he was going to let it be known by the end of the weekend.
That's what I've been hearing too. But here we are.
Okay. Yeah. All right then. Everybody, appreciate you listening. Miss you, Justin. We'll see you tomorrow on Just the Cats.